peoples, predominantly Arabs, Kurds and Turkic peoples. The most notable Kurdish tribe in the region were the Hadabani, of which several individuals also acted as governors for the city from the late 10th century until the 12th century, when it was conquered by the Zanjids and its governorship given to the Turkic Betijenids, of whom the most notable was Gokbori, who retained the city during Theyubid era. 36-37. Yakut al-Hamoui further describes Erbil as being mostly Kurdish, populated in the 13th century. 38. When the Mongols invaded the Near East in the 13th century, they attacked Arbil for the first time in 1237. They plundered the lower town but had to retreat before an approaching caliphate army and had to put off the capture of citadel. 39. After the fall of Baghdad to Hulgu and the Mongols in 1258, the last Betijenid ruler surrendered to the Mongols, claiming the Kurdish garrison of the city would follow suit. They refused this, however. Therefore the Mongols returned to Arbil and were able to capture the citadel after a siege lasting 6 months. 40-41. Hulgu appointed a Christian Assyrian governor to the town, and the Syriac Orthodox Church was allowed to build a church. As time passed, sustained persecutions of Christians, Jews and Buddhists throughout the Ilkhanate began in earnest in 1295 under the rule of Oyratamir Nauruz, which affected the indigenous Christian Assyrians greatly. 42. This manifested early on in the reign of the Ilkhan Ghazan. In 1297, after Ghazan had felt strong enough to overcome Anora's influence, he put a stop to the persecutions. During the reign of the Ilkhan Olgitu, the Assyrian inhabitants retreated to the citadel to escape persecution. In the spring of 1310, the Malek, governor of the region, attempted to seize it from them with the help of the Kurds. Despite Turkic Bishop Marchyabullah's best efforts to avert the impending doom, the citadel was at last taken after a siege by Ilkhanate troops and Kurdish tribesmen on the 1st of July, 1310, and all the defenders were massacred, including many of Assyrian inhabitants of the lower town. 43-44. However, the city's Assyrian population remained numerically significant until the destruction of the city by the forces of Timur in 1397. 45. In the Middle Ages, Erbil was ruled successively by the Umayyads, the Abbasids, the Buwayids, the Seljuks and then the Turkmen Betegnid emirs of Erbil, 1131-1232, most notably Gokbori, one of Saladin's leading generals. They were in turn followed by the Ilkhanids, the Jalayirids, the Karakoyanlu, the Timurids and the Akkoyanlu. Erbil was the birthplace of the famous 12th and 13th century Kurdish historians and writers Ibn Khaldun and Ibn al-Mustafi. After Battle of Chaldiran in 1514, Erbil came under Saran Emirate. In 18th century Baban Emirate took the city, but it was retaken by Saran ruler Mir Muhammad Kaur. In 1822 the Saran Emirate continued ruling over Erbil until it was taken by the Ottomans in 1851. Erbil became a part of the Moghul Vilayet in Ottoman Empire until World War I, when the Ottomans and their Kurdish and Turkmen allies were defeated by the British Empire. The Medes, and with them the Sargathians, were to revolt against Darius I of Persia in 522 BC. But this revolt was firmly put down by the army which Darius sent out under the leadership of General Takmaspada the following year. The events are depicted in the Bahishchan inscription which stands today in the mountains of Iran's Kermanshah province. Ever the buffer zone between the two great empires of Byzantium and Persia, the plains of 10 kilometers to the east of Erbil were to witness the Battle of Gajmula between Alexander the Great and Darius III of Persia in 331 BC. Vanquished, Darius managed to flee to Erbil, which is why the battle is still sometimes referred to, rather inaccurately, as the Battle of Erbil. Erbil went on to be the seat of rule of the Adiabene kingdom in the 1st century AD, largely located to the northwest in the region of modern-day Diyarbakir in Turkey. It is remembered in Jewish traditions for the notable conversion of its queen, Helena of Adiabene, to Judaism before she moved on to Jerusalem. Early Christianity was also to flourish in Erbil, with a bishop established in the town as early as AD 100 with a community of followers thought to be converts from Judaism. 33. Modern history. Erbil lies on the plain beneath the mountains, but for the most part, the inhabitants of Iraqi Kurdistan dwell up above in the rugged and rocky terrain that is the traditional habitat of the Kurds since time immemorial. 46. A postcard showing the city of Erbil in 1900. A postcard showing the city of Erbil in 1900. The modern town of Erbil stands on a tell topped by an Ottoman fort. During the Middle Ages, Erbil became a major trading center on the route between Baghdad and Mosul, a role which it still plays today with important road links to the outside world. Erbil Main Square. Erbil is also home to a larger population of refugees due to ongoing conflicts in Syria. In 2020, it was estimated that 450,000 refugees had settled in the Erbil metropolitan area since 2003, with many of them expected to remain. 47. The Parliament of the Iraqi Kurdistan was established in Erbil in 1970 after negotiations between the Iraqi government and the Kurdistan Democratic Party, KDP, led by Mustafa Barzani, but was effectively controlled by Saddam Hussein until the Kurdish uprising at the end of the 1991 Gulf War. The legislature ceased to function effectively in the mid-1990s when fighting broke out between the two main Kurdish factions, the Kurdistan Democratic Party and the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, PUK. The city was captured by the KDP in 1996 with the assistance of the Iraqi government of Saddam Hussein. The PUK then established an alternative Kurdish government in Suleymaniye. KDP claimed that in March 1996, PUK asked for Iran's help to fight KDP. Considering this as a foreign attack on Iraq's soil, the KDP asked Saddam Hussein for help. The Kurdish parliament in Erbil reconvened after a peace agreement was signed between the Kurdish parties in 1997 but had no real power. The Kurdish government in Erbil had control only in the western and northern parts of the autonomous region. During the 2003 invasion of Iraq, a United States Special Forces task force was headquartered just outside Erbil. The city was the scene of celebrations on the 10th of April, 2003 after the fall of the Ba'ath regime. Erbil Clock Tower. During the U.S. occupation of Iraq, sporadic attacks hit Erbil. Parallel bomb attacks against 8 celebrations killed 117 people in February 2004. 48. Responsibility was claimed by Ansar al-Sunnah. 48. A suicide bombing in May 2005 killed 60 civilians and injured 150 more outside a police recruiting center. 49. The Erbil International Airport opened in the city in 2005. In September 2013, a quintuple car bombing killed 6 people. In 2015, the Assyrian Church of the East moved its seat from Chicago to Erbil. In February 2021, a series of missiles hit the city, killing 2 and injuring 8 people. Further missile attacks took place in March 2022. Transportation. Erbil International Airport is one of Iraq's busiest airports and it is near the city. Services include direct flights to many domestic destinations such as Baghdad International Airport. There are international flights from Erbil to many countries, such as the Netherlands, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Austria, Turkey, Jordan and many more flights elsewhere around the world. There are occasionally seasonal flights from Erbil International Airport. Erbil International Airport was briefly closed to international commercial flights in September 2017 by the Iraqi government in retaliation for the Kurdish independence vote, but reopened in March 2018. 50-51. Another important form of transportation between Erbil and the surrounding areas is by bus. Among others, bus services offer connections to Turkey and Iran. A new bus terminal was opened in 2014. 52. Erbil has a system of 5 ring roads encircling the city. 53. Climate. Erbil has a hot summer Mediterranean climate, Köppen climate classification CSA, with long, extremely hot summers and mild winters. Summer months are extremely dry, with little to no precipitation occurring between June and September. Winters are usually wet and humid, with January being the wettest month. 54. Climate data for Erbil month Jan, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, Sep, October, November, December. Year average I degree C, degree F, 12.4, 54.3, 14.2, 57.6, 18.1, 64.6, 24.0, 75.2. 31.5, 88.7, 38.1, 100.6, 42.0, 107.6, 41.9, 107.4, 37.9, 100.2, 30.7, 87.3, 21.2, 70.2, 14.4, 57.9, 27.2, 81.0, Daily and degree C, degree F, 7.4, 45.3, 8.9, 48.0, 12.4, 54.3, 17.5, 63.5, 24.1, 75.4, 29.7, 85.5, 33.4, 92.1, 33.1, 91.6, 29.0, 84.2, 22.6, 72.7, 15.0, 59.0, 9.1, 48.4, 20.2, 68.3, average low degree C, degree F, 2.4, 36.3, 3.6, 38.5, 6.7, 44.1, 11.1, 52.0, 16.7, 62.1, 21.4, 70.5, 24.9, 76.8, 24.4, 75.9, 20.1, 68.2, 14.5, 58.1, 8.9, 48.0, 3.9, 39.0, 13.2, 55.8, average rainfall, inches, 111, 4.4, 97, 3.8, 89, 3.5, 69, 2.7, 26, 1.0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 12, 0.5, 56, 2.2, 80, 3.1, 540, 21.2, average rain days 991094100136106 average snow days 100000000000001 average relative humidity percent 75706559422925283144617650 source 1 climatedata.org 54 my forecast for records humidity, snow and precipitation days. 55. Source 2. What's the weather like.org. 56. Erbilia. 57. Culture. Citadel of Erbil. The citadel of Erbil is a tell or occupied mound in the historical heart of Erbil, rising between 25 and 32 meters, 82 and 105 feet, from the surrounding plain. The buildings on top of the tell stretch over a roughly oval area of 430 by 340 meters, 1,410 feet, 1,120 feet, occupying 102,000 square meters, 1,100,000 square feet. It has been claimed that the site is the oldest continuously inhabited town in the world. 58. The earliest evidence for occupation of the citadel mound dates to the 5th millennium BC and possibly earlier. It appears for the first time in historical sources during the Year 3 period and gained particular importance during the Neo-Assyrian Empire, 10th to 7th centuries BC, period. West of the citadel at Arikon Quarter, a chamber tomb dating to the Neo-Assyrian Empire period has been excavated. 13.
Yes, break. I don't know which ride to take, but now I have record like 1 hour 40 minutes. I have to charge the camcorder. Now we have a flight to Tehran or Copenhagen. I live a little bit north of Copenhagen. Could fly back to Copenhagen. That's in 1 hour and 40 minutes this time. Could do that or just fly to Tehran, I don't know, but I think I have to stop the video now. I have to start upload, then I can charge the camcorder because I record 1 hour 40 minutes and the camcorder is low of power. So I will find out where to fly.